So I had a really good question this morning. It says, what is your take on the strategy of frequently posting a long form piece such as video with bonus points for posting audio of same as podcast, weekly short form content being spliced from that anchor piece of content? I sort of think that's more important now than ever. And a couple of reasons. First of all, you might notice that AI summaries are dominating the top of Google's search results page. So what that means is that the traditional, just blogging or on-page search engine optimization may or may not be enough to get you there anymore, considering they're, rather than linking to you, just summarizing your content and putting it up there without requiring a link. Basically means you need to rely on being in more places than just a blog post or an article on your website. AI, whether it be Google's AI summaries or Gemini or ChatGPT or whoever, are looking at multiple references, multiple sources. So if you think about starting off with a video, and that can go on YouTube in its full length, and if you need to slice that down to some other formats to go on Instagram or LinkedIn, Facebook, or wherever else you might be posting, and then from that video, depending on the nature of the video, perhaps there's the audio that you can strip out and publish that as a podcast. You can also transcribe what you're saying, and that does become a blog post on your website. And by starting off with a video, you end up with multiple content pieces that go in multiple content places, and you have video, and you have audio, and you have text. So moving on from that thought, what does that actually mean for you in practical terms? So, once upon a time, Google used to take hundreds of things into account when figuring out rankings, and these days you'd have to think it's thousands of things. So it's not ever going to be one thing that changes your rankings within Google. But if you think about it in a simplistic way like this, say you're an accountant and you want to show up for Accountant Rockhampton. Accountant A has a static website that they haven't really touched in a while. Accountant B is posting updates regularly, whether they be blog posts or adding bits and pieces of video. All other things being equal, Accountant B that's active on their website is probably going to outrank Accountant A, who hasn't done anything on theirs for some time. There's that kind of value in helping out with your Google results. The other important aspect too is, if you think about a prospective client visiting those two websites, it's all very well to say you're an expert or to say you're knowledgeable, but it's a very different thing to demonstrate it. So again, Accountant A has a static website that hasn't really changed, whereas Accountant B has regular articles, bits and pieces of video explaining different aspects of accounting as they relate to their clients, or whatever other tips or piece of advice they want to publish. Straight away, a potential client is going to look more favorably upon Accountant B, aren't they? I would, you would, I'm sure. And so there's two sides to this there's this publishing question. It's not just about showing up in Google or showing up in AI large language model chatbots. It's also about what a potential client is going to think when they get there. And that's probably a more important consideration, is do it for your clients first